All right, the most important question out there about the Victus Nox is, does it rattle? A major vendor, they got one that rattled. The baseball bat bros had one that rattled. And we got, does ours rattle? Ready? The moment of truth. Shh. Turn up your speakers. This is it. Ready? Does it rattle? Boom, folks. Hey, the 2020 Voodoo Nox is a two-piece hybrid bat. That means the handle of the bat is composite plastic. The barrel is aluminum, okay? Honestly, the hybrid bats are not uncommon. Unique to the Nox, though, is this thing we call variable wall design. That is, it allows them to spread out the length of the sweet spot to keep the swing weight down and extend the length of the barrel. It looks like this, where the outside here is thinner, and then the middle gets thickest, and then it gets thin again, right? This helps with the bat. It keeps it under BBCOR limit here in the middle, but it also helps keep the areas here between the barrel and here, the end, it gives it more spring. Several other bats do this, including the Marucci Cat 8. We've been doing this for a while, and we think the Rawlings Velo, as far as we know, was the very first, and it's been doing that for quite a while. Hybrid bats are generally built for those who like the feel of a two-piece bat, but they like the sound and they like the immediate hot-out-of-the-wrapper performance of aluminum. Aluminum, unlike composite, does not require a break-in period. Can you hear that? Definitely a little rattle in there. Does that concern us? Not even a tiny, tiny bit does that concern us. Probably a little piece of glue or something that pops off in there. Different than what appears to actually be advertised for the Nox is that the bat is actually pretty average swing weight, meaning we measured the 33-inch bat, this guy right here, and with our dialed-in swing weight equipment, and we found that it was about 9150 MOI. The average for a 33-inch BBCOR, at least from 2020, because that's all the ones that we've measured, is actually like 9200. So this guy swings like the Prime, it swings like the Meta from Slugger, and it's actually heavier than a bat like the CF or the Quattro, which are really light, like hand-loaded bats, but lighter than bats like the Axe Elite. In fact, compared to a bat like the Goods, which is supposed to be what it's compared to, it still actually swings a bit heavier. The Goods swings a bit heavier than the Nox. So the lower than expected MOI here in the Nox, at least from what we've read, it makes the 30 and the 31-inch model of the version Nox make way more sense to us. If you wanted an end-loaded bat, then a 30 and a 31 would actually make almost no sense. So at first, we were, why is the Nox coming out with a short size but an end-loaded bat? Well, intentional or not by Victus, we honestly don't know. Now remember, the bottom half of the bat, from the connection piece through the knob, is about perception. This here is perception. And there really isn't a measurement in the industry. Like, I wish we could bend this and like make a measurement, but there's not a measurement that shows how much forgiveness is allowed or how much flexibility is in it. It's not like swing weight or the length of the bat. The only way to know the stiffness or flexibility of the connection is to have people hit it and then describe it. Goods is an 8 in a tight connection because this one feels real tight. The Nox is, we're going to say, a 5. We'd put something like the USSSA CF at like a 4. Something like the CF in fast pitch. Have you ever hit that bat before? It's like a 2. That thing is like a noodle. Now remember, performance now is from here to here. Some of you are at home saying, no Bat Digest. The stiffness of the handle determines the performance too, because it determines the power transfer to the ball. You've heard people say it, including us, frankly, a long time ago when we weren't as smart as we are now. And this isn't to pick on Victus. Every bat company does this. It says something like, there's two parts of this connection. While the threaded connection helps to keep the bat stiff and maximize energy transfer to the ball. You hear that crap all the time, to maximize energy transfer to the ball, as if that's a thing. It actually does not matter in terms of performance because, and get ready for this, ready? The impact happens so fast, the connection piece or the bat stiffness has no say in the trampoline. There's a few ways we could prove this to you, okay? But the simplest is just to point out that there is not a single piece BBCOR test and a two-piece BBCOR test. Two-piece BBCOR bats aren't allowed to have hotter barrels than single-piece bats because the connection piece takes something away from performance. The ball's literally bouncing off the bat, and that impact happens in milliseconds. The vibration from here through the connection piece or into your hands happens after the ball has left. So the handle and the connection piece, those are only perceptions. Perceptions. And the best bat companies are the best at giving you the perception that the bat has performed well from here to here. There's a handful of comparable bats to the Nox. Let an industry expert tell you all about those.
Mad Max coming to you live from Closeout Bats in this brand new Victus BBCOR bat called the Nox, which is alloy barrel, composite handle with a little bit of extra weight up top. Will be most similar to bats like the DeMerny Goods 2-piece, the Select Power from Louisville Slugger, the Easton Fuse Hybrid, and also the soon-to-be brand new Cat 9 Connect.
In terms of pure feel and performance, of the hitters that we had try out the Nox, here are the bats that they like. You hit the Nox and the Meta.
Yep.
You pick the
Meta.
Nox and the B5. You pick the
Nox.
The Nox. You hit the Goods, the Nox, and the
Voodoo.
And the Voodoo, and you pick the
Voodoo.
3 bats that are like the Nox, or 2 other bats with the same MOI, and the 2 we came up with were the Voodoo. This is the 2020 Voodoo. Has that same X14 barrel as the Goods does, but the swing weight is more in line with what the Nox is. Of course, the Meta, which actually swings almost exactly like the Nox in terms of swing weight. Obviously, this is more expensive than a composite bat, but you'll get to hear the sound difference, and we get to see if we can put me out off a tee at Vanderbilt, at least digitally. So. '86. Come on, man. You can do better than that. Get out. Two. Get out. Oh, that's all I got. Get out of here. You know? Overall, we like the Nox. We think it's a legit and comparable bat to other middle-of-the-road swinging hybrids like the Select Power and the Goods and the Fuse Hybrid from Easton. But is it the best bat on the planet? No. It's a BBCOR bat. So there's no such thing as the best bat on the planet. They're all just fine, okay? If it were us and we were deciding between the Goods and the Nox, we would choose the Nox. Why? Because the Nox is $50 less, and we're not really fans of the hype. Not that we don't like the Goods. Goods is a great bat, sure. If it were between like the Select Power from Slugger and the Nox, we would probably choose the Select Power because it has a history, we know what to expect, and to be real frank, we'd probably buy an older 718 Select because of the price point, although those old 718 Selects can actually be pretty end-loaded compared to something like the Nox. If you want to afford it, you are the guy who likes 2-piece hybrid bats with a bit of a looser connection, then the Nox might be your ticket. And remember, from click to hit, no. Mad Max coming to you live from, it's what up? We got nothing. I don't know, go practice or something. How about that? That's our catchphrase. Go practice. Stop watching videos.